began in 2002, a study called the Women's Health Initiative found that women taking hormone replacement therapy may have an increased risk of breast cancer diagnosis. The study was not statistically significant, but it triggered a media frenzy and led to the FDA applying unscientific black box warnings. Bureaucrats at the FDA reacted out of fear, not gold standard science. The medical establishment doubled down in groupthink.
So the FDA says that black box warnings on hormone replacement therapies for menopausal women were based on failed science, as you just heard there from the HHS secretary. 27% of postmenopausal women were taking HRTs in 1999, but after this warning, the number plunged when women feared that they could have a higher risk of breast cancer. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. joins me now. Secretary Kennedy, always good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us today. You know, I think this is a tricky.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's a tricky subject. For women who have breast cancer history in their families, as I do, you've been told that HRT could increase that risk to you, and so I think everyone has a healthy skepticism about pharmaceutical companies, and of course they want to get those HRT drugs back into the market. So what do you say to people who are a little skeptical about this turnaround?
Well, there's never been a study that shows that it increases that HRT hormone replacement therapy for women increases mortalities from breast cancer. There has never been that study. There's recently been a meta-review of 30 largest studies, 26,000 women, that show if you start taking it prior to 60, it actually dramatically reduces your risk of breast cancer. Not only that, but it drops the heart attack risk in women by 50%. It drops, there are studies that show it drops Alzheimer's risk by 35%, cognitive decline by 50 to 60%, and bone fractures by 50%. It also increases happiness, it increases satisfaction in life, it reduces depression. It's really a life-changing intervention. And as you said, prior to that, the study came out, that very, very weak and deceptive study that came out in 2002. 1 out of every 4 American women were on this therapy. Today it's 1 in 20. And there's 80 million American women who we believe could get a profound advantage from using hormone replacement therapy. But that black box warning has just frightened people, and it should never have been put on there. And we are now applying gold standard science, and we're taking it off.
Okay, no doubt there'll be continued debate over this, but it does open up a question that women should be asking their doctors whether or not this is more beneficial than not for them. So it's a huge development. You know, in the past, in that Ozempic announcement that came the other day, I understand that lowering the prices on it will help people in poorer parts